Yo boys, how's it going? Welcome back to Minecraft Hardcore Series 2. Now today, this is actually a pretty big episode as we are about to take another step towards finishing off Endhelm. Today I plan to do the build in the back corner on the right hand side behind where the farm was from last time. And we are going to add a wizard's tower. So I've got a general kind of idea for a design. I want to do a few, like, floating towers as well. But first, we need to gather all the resources needed to make this build. So what I'm thinking about for the base of the tower is to make it out of deep slate. I haven't really used that a lot so far in Endhelm. So let's go with a little bit of a different resource for once. How the hell do you make polished deep slate? Oh, I need cobbled deep slate. Oh, man, I don't have any of that. All I have is deep slate with my silk touch. Okay, it's fine. Well, I guess we gotta go and mine some deep slate. Right, that is all the deep slate done. Now we gotta do the material for the roofs. And what I'm thinking about is using a little bit of prismarine. I was going to do it out of, like, the green netherwood, but we've kind of already done that for the walls around Ender Dragon's Reach. So I think we're just going to use prismarine as it's something a little bit different. So for the interior, we are going to use dark oak wood, mainly because I have so much of it. I literally do not know how I'm going to use it all at some point. And also just, you know, wizard tower, darker vibes. I don't know, man. I'm just guessing at this point. I imagine it will look okay. I hope it will. That's all I can really do is pray and hope. And for some of the detailing on the exterior of the tower, we are going for the good old classic warped stem. Is it an Endhelm build without a little bit of green wood? Like, actually. Well, I'm not gonna lie. If this was a brand, they should be cutting me a deal. They should be paying me the big bucks. They should be paying me the mine coins to promote this shit. Because I have used this stuff religiously for the whole build. It's actually insane. I think I've genuinely mined a whole forest and a half down in the nether. If I looked at my stats for Greenwood, I think I might have actually crafted probably 50,000 warped stem planks. Like, seriously, I need help. Please, someone help me. I've got an addiction to this shit. Right, that's all the resources collected. Now it is time to set up a new conduit, because this is way out of range of anything, and I do not want to keep on drowning while I am building this thing. This is like I think the 8th conduit I have now in the end, which is pretty insane. I did have to go and catch another 8 Nautilus shells, which took me 3 hours, by the way. I just want to say that for the record. Luck of the Sea 3 and Lure 3, and still took me 3 hours to get those shells. Why do I do this to myself? There we are, conduit on top, and we are ready to rumble. Let's build this thing. Right, so I have laid out the foundations. We are just going to start off with a little bit of deep slate bricks. Basically on each facing side. And a little pan like this. Oh, and I've already fucked up. And then we're just going to kind of fill in between with deep slate bricks as well. And then as we kind of work our way up, we're then going to slowly move into endstone bricks. All the way up to the top. And then we're going to put a little swirly little tower on top for the roof. And then after that, we're going to add all the detail. Beep, 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 beep. Right, that is the base done. I like it. Now it is time to move up to the next layer. Basically the same thing over again. to add a little bit of depth. But a little bit smaller to make it start to come in a little bit and become a bit skinnier. Right, that is the first bit of the base done. So what I'm going to do now is add in the floor, which we are going to do out of andesite. I know it looks disgusting, but that is the point. It is meant to look disgusting. This is meant to be like a abandoned, well not abandoned, but just a wizard tower you never think is clean. Tell me one person who would have a clean wizard tower. I guess maybe like Saruman in Lord of the Rings. His wizard tower is pretty clean, actually. Until the fucking orcs come in and start shitting on the floor. It's pretty clean before that, though. Shit, maybe we should do a nice clean one. I think I've screwed myself over here. Why did I have to say that? Now that I'm thinking about it, wizard towers are pretty clean. Well, too far gone. I'm not going back to the overworld to go and change. We're gonna still make it out of this. What is wrong with my brain? So I have added in a second floor, as you can see, of andesite. Yes, I'm sticking with it. And now what I need to do is going up this next level. I need to just start merging and phasing in the endstone until it all eventually turns into just endstone bricks. So that is the next step here. This is looking good. I'm liking this so far. And this is just the base. We have still got a long, long way to go up. But I'm liking it. I've added in another floor. Not sure what I'm putting in this floor. No idea. But now we pretty much just have to go straight up to the top. Like, that is genuinely, there's nothing complicated here. We pretty much switch straight to endstone now and go straight up to the top. And that's kind of the main structure of it done. Then it's to do the roof and then add little bits to make it look nice and fancy. I mean, after we have done this tower, there is actually not a lot of building left. Well, not just building, there's not a lot left to do in the end. What I want to build is some air vents. Like, that come out the ground, not air vents, but ground underwater vents. I don't know if you've ever seen them on, like, a science documentary or whatever, or in Godzilla. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're in Godzilla. But I want to build some of those, just sitting kind of in front of, but to the side. I was originally going to do like a big volcano, but there's just not really the space for it, and I don't want to overwhelm this side, and especially not this wizard tower with just a big fucking volcano in the middle. It kind of takes it away from what we're building here at the back today. But then apart from that, it's just, I want to do a forest at the back of Endhelm, around the back of it. I know we'll never go and see it, but you'll see it sometimes, and you don't just want to leave it bare, so we're going to do just a coral forest, basically. A bit more kind of terraforming. It's in this area on this side. We haven't really done a lot over here. And the last little bits are just, I've already started drafting up a list of just like little nitpicks, little tasks that I just need to tick off and finish up. Like, there's some interiors I haven't done. The interiors of the wall towers, I've never done. I made those, like, 2 years ago, and I just never did the interiors. I went, I'll come back to it someday. Well, at some point, that will be that day. I will need to finish that. The only real big thing left is the islands, like, the actual island. Because that has... It looks a bit funny, because when I originally built this, or did the island, I knew the kind of width I wanted, and my island actually was not that big, so I had to build a platform for the end, which means there's just an overhanging 1 layer thick level of endstone shooting out the island. And even though I will probably never look from outside the island again, I still cannot rest until it is 100% done. So we're going to have to go outside the the glass of my safe haven and make a little bit of a, well, make the island. Literally make it slope down and under, which is going to be difficult. And I think that there's other little bits. The big one, actually, is by the old Enderman farm. There's just this big pile of water, which I don't even know how it happened. It's literally just a lake of water that is falling down into the end. It's not connected to anything. It just sits there. I think something messed up with the TNT and the water went a bit funny. So we're going to have to go down to, like, the bottom layer. Just above where it's safe to be as a player without taking damage in the end. And stick some sponges down to get rid of it. I am not joking. That is going to be something I have to do. Which will not be fun. I'm telling you right now, I will be wearing a diaper that day. I will be wearing a diaper. But it's kind of like, it's kind of surreal that this thing is coming to an end. It's actually nuts. Like, how the fuck am I here? Can I just say, how the fuck am I here? Right, so this is the marking up for the last little bit of the tower. This is where kind of the wizard study, I think I'm going to put in here, or at least where he sleeps will be. It's right at the top. And then once we have made this up, we are going to slap the roof on top of it. Right, let's see how that's looking. It's looking good. And don't worry, if you think this looks really skinny and a bit shit in detail-wise, we will be adding a little bit of depth. Do not panic. You see that little layer of just deep slate on the top? We're gonna pull some wood supports down to support the little balcony. As well as making kind of, well, it's going to be a balcony basically. We're going to add a little bit of detail around the windows. You can see the gaps down there. So do not panic. It will look better, I promise. I promise. I really fucking hope it does. Just to put my own mind at ease, I'm going to start adding some of the detailing now. Because... to put my mind at ease, because I'm starting to think, does this look good or not? So this is going to go around all, like, the windows that have the 3 on the bottom and 1 on top. I think there's only a couple of them. But it's just basically going to be like a little hobbit hole that goes on top. Is that right? I don't think that's right. No, that doesn't look right at all. Yeah, it's just put a slab on top. That looks better. Okay? Guys, tell me. That looks better, right? Please, someone tell me. Please. No, that is looking better. Hold on. Let me go back a little bit. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, that's the first level of depth, by the way. There is more depth we are adding onto it, but it is looking so much better. My mind is at ease. I need to calm the fuck down and stop panicking. Everything will be okay. Okay, we're going to do the first little support beam here. If you're wondering why I'm pausing the game so much, it is because I have Minecraft open in another window with the creative world I built this in. So I am literally in creative looking to make sure I'm doing everything okay, as well as playing the game. I think this bit here is a little bit awkward if I remember. You have to place a block behind it. How the fuck does it go again? Oh shit, man, this is so fucking infuriating. That one goes there. Get rid of the temp block. And well, that is the first one done. Just got 3 to go. I do like the look of it. It looks good. It'll look better once we have the proper balcony done, because that also will go well with the wood type. But yeah, time to crack on with the other 3. I'm going to kill myself. Gotta add some fences on the corners here. What we're going to do with these is stick a lantern on the bottom. So it has hanging lanterns from the balcony, which will look pretty cool. Done that all the way around so far. So that should look awesome once I chuck some lanterns on. Boop, 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 boop. This is... I'm having way too much fun doing this. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, fuck, that one's the wrong way. It's the little things, man. It's the little things. Get rid of that. I think that goes the right way. Yeah, these are all the wrong way round. That one. I think this is the last one. Boom. And this is ready for the roof to be slapped on top. But first, let's finish off this balcony. Let's just gotta chuck some more warpy down. My favorite. I love it so much. So much. We're gonna fence this up. That works. Boop, boop, boop. And the balcony is almost done. I've also put endstone walls on top there, and we're going to put some lanterns on top. But that is starting to look pretty damn good, if I may say so myself. Next up, though, is making the staircase that allows you to get to the front door. Because obviously the door is not in the floor, like at floor level. It is up a little bit higher. So basically we're just going to do a winding staircase on both sides that goes down the side of the tower and out at the side / back a little bit. So it's just going to twist around here, around the base. Is that right? Yep, that's fine. One there. And then we're going to add some railings, which I think we will do out of trap doors. And we've got to do that for both sides. Pretty much exactly the same. Make it as symmetrical as we can. And as it's an old person, they're going to need quite a lot of railing because they're going to be frail. So we're going to use the crimson trapdoors because they kind of look like rails that you'd have in retirement homes or for old people to help them up the stairs. This is so stupid. Like, I've never done anything dumber. I mean, that's not really true, but you know what I like. This is stupid. This is dumb-ass logic. Like, dumb-ass fucking logic. Which is why I've come up with it. We're also going to chuck some chains down the bottom here, under it. We're going to put some lanterns, some soul lanterns specifically, down here. Yeah, that looks nice. I have also done the same at the top here, where I said I was going to hang them up earlier. So that is pretty much from the balcony down done. All that I really need to do now is put the roof on top and then do the 2 floating rooms that are going to be on either side. And that is the main wizard tower done, and I think this looks pretty fucking cool, if I may say so. Not to flatter myself, but this looks pretty damn cool. What I've got to do next is the 2 little floating island rooms, one on either side. You can see I've marked out the spots for them with some leaves, but they kind of line up with those open doorways on the side. So let's start off with the first one. So yeah, they really are not that big. Like, literally the floor inside is going to be 3x3. So they are really, really skinny. I don't really know what I'm going to put in them. I feel like it's a bit too small. I might make one like a little enchanting room. And then maybe the other I might make a storeroom. I don't know. I'm just playing with the ideas. I probably won't do the interiors today. I will probably do that next time when I'm going to do the interiors for everything else. Just to wrap up the project. But these should not actually take that long to finish off. So, to kind of make it look like it's come out the ground, we've got to do it in this cobbled deep slate. Just going to make it look a little bit jagged on the bottom. We'll probably use some deep slate walls to kind of buff it out a little bit, add a little bit of depth. So if you see here up in in those little bits there, where there's like a 2 or 3 block gap, we're just going to add some walls. I think that'll be good. Yeah, put some cobble deep slate walls in, I think. Yeah, look at that. That looks better. Cool. Now all that's left to do is the roof, which is pretty much the same thing as before on the main one, but a little bit. That doesn't look right. I gotta add a little bit of height to that with some walls. But yeah, basically the same thing as before, just on a little bit of a smaller scale. Moment of truth here, and that looks pretty cool. I love that. That looks really cool. We're going to do the other one now, which is going to be to the left, obviously. But it's actually going to be a little bit lower to line up with the other doorway. Moment of truth! And that looks pretty damn cool. I'm super, super happy with that. I really, really love this. This is like this is probably design-wise one of my favorite things I've built in Endhelm. I just think it's so different from everything else. You know, and on a bigger scale. I've built like kind of small little houses and shops and stuff. But this is a nice size wizard tower. I was going to make like little holes below both the towers to like make the floating towers to make it look like it rose out from the ground. But I don't think I really need or want to do that. I think last thing to do today is just to give it a little bit of light, spruce it up a little bit. And reveal time. Boom. That looks pretty damn good. I might add a little bit more lighting, but obviously when we do the kind of terraining down the bottom we normally do, we add grass and some more sea pickles, some coral trees, it'll just light it up a little bit more. But I am super happy with that. Get a little view from up the top. This place is almost there, dude. We've just got to do that little bit over there. That is next episode. We're going to make those sea vents, which is going to be super fun. I have a few ideas already for those. But we are like, I would say we're a solid 90% done. We've got to sort these little things, I don't know what you want to call them, the little portals up. I kind of have a couple ideas for those as well. But that is something for maybe a couple episodes time when we're doing the last little bits. But once we have more lighting around that wizard tower, it's going to look pretty damn awesome. But anyway, that is enough said. I want to thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. I'd really, really appreciate it. We are coming up on 4 years in this world, by the way. Just want to say that. October 10th, mark it in your calendars. That is the 4-year anniversary from when I first created this world. Which is nuts to think about. It's crazy. I mean, this project has consumed a majority of that time. But, yeah. Thank you so much for your support over the last 4 years. As I said, leave a like, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time. See you later.